Hello and welcome to another update video about Natgas. So we see a first indication here of a reversal. Now again, that is way too early to confirm it, but we broke out of the descending wedge. Don't get too excited. We did something previously, I can't remember where it was. Was it here? We had a wedge before and broke to the upside. It also wasn't really anything substantial. So eventually, what we need to see is a 1-2 setup to the upside to confirm that a bottom has been struck. But we see a very early evidence, and at the moment, anybody who wanted to trade this made you aware in the last video that keep an eye out for this descending wedge. If it breaks to the upside, that's a very, very early signal, and of course it can be traded, the breakout, if you like to trade breakouts. Then we made a higher low. That was another possible signal and entry point. And yeah, we have a very small uptrend in place now, but from an Elliott wave point of view, it's not enough really to confirm that a low has been struck. What we need to see is 5 waves up and 3 waves down. Otherwise, every corrective move here to the upside in 3 waves would just set it up for even lower prices afterwards. So what needs to happen if we say, okay, maybe we had a small 1-2 setup here. This could be another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but then at some point we need to get the wave 3, a 4 and a 5. Let me actually double check if we had already. So this is not yet an impulse, yeah. So if I go to the 1 hour chart, we might see a bit more detail. Even here I've got my problems because this is a 3-wave move to the upside, yeah. Again, could be a leading diagonal. So if we label that wave 3 bottom there maybe, then I've got my problems with this move up, but okay. Wave 2 down, it did hold a higher low. Yeah, and this could be another 1-2 setup. Here maybe a 3, 4, but it's not a clear impulse because also here you have overlaps between the lows and the highs, so it's not great. 1, 2, and also we didn't reach. So what you would need is for a wave 3, the 1.618 extension. So if we say, all right, maybe we had a wave 3 here, then maybe we had a wave 4 and another high would put a wave 5 in, but then this is less reliable at the moment because it would be a diagonal pattern. So we had ABC in wave 1, ABC in wave 2, ABC in wave 3. Yeah, this could have been a wave 4 then in a diagonal, and now we put in another high in the 5th wave. Ideally a little bit higher, then we get 5 waves. If we get 5 waves, ideally what we also want is that it cuts into the previous lows. So a break above 272 would be additional confirmation that a low has been struck. 272. Let me just think. Yes, so that would be important. And yeah, what ultimately is important when we get these 5 waves, which could, just trying to figure out, do we have any kind of anything that would show us maybe here a channel of sorts. Yeah, maybe you have a small ascending wedge here, which could just confirm the diagonal. But yeah, this could be eventually a wave 1, then the wave 2, 3, 4, 5. And if we get this wave 2 and we hold a higher low, that would be a good confirmation that a low is in. Is it 100% certain? No, as nothing is 100% certain in these markets. But what I'm telling you is that we have a possible 5 wave up. It all depends on now the move down, and it's not a great 5 up because it's not impulsive. It looks like a if it's a 5 wave move, and you can easily interpret that as a 3 wave move as well, yeah. But if it's a 5 wave move, then it needs proof because it's only a diagonal pattern. What do I mean with proof? Proof is that a wave 2 is holding a higher low, which means we need to come down now in ABC structure and hold a higher low, and then then you have at least the first 2 levels of confirmation what you need as per Elliott wave that we are changing the trend. The next level of confirmation would be to break above the wave 1 high, which doesn't mean you have to wait until then. Normally, what I like to do is to scale into the wave 2, and from the current level, let's say we come down now, break below that trend line here, come down, then the key support would be 249. So a break below 249, which is the 78.6 fib, would indicate to you that this is not holding. This pattern does not survive. It will be alive as long as we're holding the 249 level. Let's call it 248. Drop below that wouldn't invalidate it, but it would make it very unlikely. But what is important is to understand this is not an impulse which makes the whole thing unlikely or less likely, less reliable is maybe the best word. That's why we need proof in an ABC pattern down, and if it comes into this region, it might be an interesting long trade. But condition is it holds the 248, 249 level. But yeah, interesting that we start to see a possible reversal now. At the moment, it's not too exciting because we had something similar here. So what it really needs to survive is to hold this wave 2 low. Quick look at the monthly chart. This is, as expected, still very, very much down. So the downtrend is still very much alive. The daily chart, we see here now possible upside. Yeah, on the daily you see bullish momentum coming in. I mean, the last few times where we saw a more substantial rally, that was here as well, we started from a similar level of the MACD line. Yeah, very similar level. I mean, over the last few weeks you've seen here a bullish divergence forming on the daily chart, where the price continued to make lower lows, but the RSI, the MACD line here made basically higher lows versus the price making lower lows. Bullish divergence giving us a heads up that at some point here a turnaround should be coming, but then price always needs to confirm. So yeah, it starts from a similar level, and that rally as well, that B wave rally started from a similar level as well. So that is giving us a good sign, and we have a bullish crossover now on the RSI on the daily as well. So it's worth observing that further. I will of course keep you updated on ideally a daily basis. And yeah, you should know all the relevant levels by now. So and again, if you're wondering why do we have a 3-wave move in a wave 1, in a wave 3, that's just because it can count as a leading diagonal. Reason is just because it's so choppy, which again is just a bit of an issue because all diagonals need proof, which means you can't really trust them because they can easily be something like a WXY pattern of sorts, yeah, a corrective pattern with all these overlaps. It's not impulsive. But the wave 2 will show, and as always, it's the wave 2 that will really give us a clue here if we're turning back into an uptrend. So what you see, if we come into that region down there and we see a bullish engulfing candle leaving that area again, for example, that will be a sign that, yeah, we are in a wave 3, and the wave 3 should be the strongest wave. And how would that integrate into a larger wave 4 retracement? Well, the wave 4 would consist of ABC. The A wave can be a 5-wave move, so it's a bit too early to really say how this wave 4 will develop. Okay, and that's my update about Natgas. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.